Hello and welcome back to TeamSport Acton for this 50-lap open race. Just 3 members here in this race today. Myself, Dom Harris, who you may have seen in earlier videos, and a new member from, I believe, Mitcham, known only as Kitty Cat. The rest are sort of just casual arrive and drive people, not necessarily experienced karters, so you're going to have to forgive them perhaps for a little bit of a lack of pace and awareness as we go through this race. But certainly the driver up ahead, Kitty Cat in number 13, definitely displaying some awareness of the racing line. Not sure if he's been here before, but certainly not as easy to pass as the guys that we scythed past on the grid. One of them, as you saw, was basically stationary and nearly caused an incident. He has gone wide though through that corner, so I thought I'd got it done, but kart number 13 appears to have quite a lot of grunts. This race was filmed, I think, in May of 2026, and at this point kart 13 was, and perhaps still is, one of the better ones in the fleet. Certainly got plenty of power, so he can still continue to go wide, and he will just power around the outside of me, unfortunately. But now we've got some mobile chicanes to deal with, so this could introduce an element of danger. You can see Kitty Cat getting out his claws there, gesticulating at the driver ahead. Maybe he's feline, a little hard done by on that occasion. Perhaps even furious. Furious? I'll stop, I'm sorry. But now you can see the delays that we're suffering at the hands of these back markers has allowed Dom to creep back into contention in kart number 28 in the orange suit there. So we've gone from challenging for first place down to third. But the pair of us, I think, now are going to hunt down Kitty Cat. Let's hope we don't make a dog's dinner of it. That's where I'm going to find the perfect pun at some point, and then you'll have to laugh with me, or just leave. In any case, tucked into the toe behind Dom's considerable frame. We've got our first of what will be, unfortunately, many red flags. There's number 1. See if you can guess, without skipping to the end, how many we're going to see before the end of this 50-lap race. Comments below. Dom slightly leaving the door open there. I wasn't really sure whether the move was on. I think he was a bit confused as well, so in the end I just sort of left it. Important in these scenarios not to get too caught up fighting each other. I think ultimately one of us wants to take the win on our home turf. Can't allow these Mitcham characters to just show up and take the win from right underneath our noses. Dom there giving us the super secret signal to work together. Quite happy to do that, at least for the time being. Save it right on his bumper as he clips the outside barrier there. Definitely carrying a little bit of extra pace through these corners, but both of us carrying a lot more pace than Kitty Cat as he's colliding with the back markers up ahead. That one going particularly wide, and there's an incident there, a little bit of contact, slows us both down. Another one there. Got to give these guys a little bit of a wide berth. Their track awareness is perhaps not as good as you'd expect from a regular TeamSport member, and sometimes, despite being many seconds off the pace, they do decide to fight you as you're lapping them, which doesn't make a great deal of sense. But I suppose if you're, not really planning to come back, probably take a bit of a do or die attitude to these sessions. Now, I've slowed this one down because of some unconventional parking there in the middle of the hairpin. That's going to bring out red flag number 2. Dom and I quite lucky to dodge that one. And on the restart, you can see we have gained a fair bit on Kitty Cat up ahead. I suspect this won't be the last time we see him making contact with a back marker. Sides his way past there. The door is still open for myself and Dom, but now there are so many back markers around, we don't know where to go. Both of us, all three of us, getting held up there. Dom probably getting the short end of the stick as the driver in front more or less stops. And red flag number 3. On the restart, we're a little bit quicker to react than Kitty Cat. That's surprising. I've heard big things about these cat-like reflexes. Caught him napping on that occasion, and now we are right on his bumper as we approach yet more back markers. Still though, you can see kart 13 able to pull away through the straighter sections. Gonna have to take a careful and considered approach as to how to pass Kitty Cat. Can we make something of this back marker? He's going for the lunge. It's not really going to work there. I don't think there was realistically enough space, but now there is space on the inside. He's gone very deep, and that's allowed us to dive down the inside and take the lead. He's on the outside, but this time even the sheer power of 13 is not going to be enough to secure him the lead. Some more unconventional parking there, which brings out another red flag, which Kitty Cat takes the opportunity to kind of sneak up the inside for the restart. I thought this was a bit naughty. Dom wasn't too impressed either. A little bit of gamesmanship there, but it's alright. We're going to stay in close contention and reclaim our rightful position at the front of the queue. It's not long before we encounter a few more back markers, and you can see Kitty Cat getting very frustrated. He's got nowhere to go. Back marker either isn't aware or just doesn't care really. Another gap is there on the outside. Kitty Cat's gone very deep again. Little sniff of an overtake there, but not close enough. Insufficient overlap. Pretty sure that's an unsafe release, or was that just a kart returning from a very, very wide approach to that preceding corner? Either way, perilously close to another incident there. Kitty Cat's going for the dive on the inside. There's a little bit of contact, and the driver ahead kind of caught in the headlights there. Really wasn't sure which way to go. He's getting bamboozled on all sides by TeamSport members. Going to go for the dive down the inside now, but you can see that Dom has got ahead of us once again. So we're back down to third position. Let's hope we can make quick work of this back marker. See the driver in number 9 up ahead going very wide and then sort of weaving. Very difficult to predict where these guys are going, and I think Kitty Cat has fallen victim to that. Got put in the wall there, which promotes Dom to first and myself to second. This is the first time Dom has led this particular race. Let's see if we can cut his lead short. And red flag number 5. No jump start from Kitty Cat this time around. So we're following in the wheel tracks of Dom, who's gone a little bit out of shape through that corner. He's just checking his shoulder, and he knows I'm not there this occasion. Checking my own just to make sure Kitty Cat's not going for his lunge. Now that was a bit of an ill-considered, half-hearted move there, because that has brought Kitty Cat very much back into contention. And I'm saved by the bell. It's red flag number 6. Definitely a little bit quicker on the restart than Dom was. Not that there's anywhere really to make use of it. Mobile chicanes left, right and centre. Dom a little boost up the ramp. Have a little think about the inside. Not going to happen on this occasion. Keep checking my own shoulder for the kitty cat. And Dom's going to have to take a considered approach about how to get past these guys who appear to be scrapping amongst themselves. One of them dives out of the way very helpfully. The other two have an incident of their own. Just about manage to avoid ploughing into them. So that brings out red flag number 7. And I think that's actually an overtake under the reds as I slide past the back marker. He can let me off because I'm technically lapping him. If it was for position, I should probably have given it back. Definitely a little bit quicker than Dom through the corners. I'm keenly aware that Kitty Cat is not far behind. So we're going to think about attack and defense. A little bit of open space now ahead of us. Not going to last very long. So let's see if we can stretch our legs a little bit. A little bit of contact from me there on Dom. That was a bit naughty. Didn't really come to anything though as we approach red flag number 8. And on the restart we do beat Dom to it once again, but I'm just going to give him the boost this time. Not really anywhere to make the move into that corner. It's would have been quite perilous. So we get past another back marker. Now I can start having to think about how to get past Dom. I'm going through on the outside. That's an ill-advised move because Kitty Cat has claimed the inside. And back down to 3rd. A little bit of knocking, a little bit of loading there from Kitty Cat on Dom. Not sure about that one, but he has taken the opportunity to slide up the inside. We've followed him through. I've gone to his outside. Think about doing the switchback, but it hasn't worked out well at all there. All the way back down to 3rd, and it's red flag number 9. Plenty of traffic on the restart, so it looks like we've got through without too many dramas. Sort of half-hearted thinking about the move on Dom there, but I think that would have ended in tragedy for us both, so I did back out that one. Not really sure where that back marker was going. Was he pitting or was he just lost? Not sure. Now the gap is there. Dom's not defending too hard, so I'm going to try and squeeze through. I think unfortunately I've knocked him into the wall, so I apologise and give him the possession back. Didn't really take that one fairly. Not really sure what that hand signal was about from Dom. Was he ushering me back past, or was he just adjusting himself? Hard to know. Doesn't seem to be making any more hand gestures for now though. Waving his hand perhaps in frustration as he washes wide. Now he is waving me through. Perhaps he's just tired of the lack of grip in his kart. I think he's got a better chance of catching and ultimately passing Kitty Cat if he lets me do the hard work up ahead. We're back amongst the traffic. We've closed in once again on the Cat. And he's gone for another desperate lunge which has caused contact and produced another incident. And of course there is another red flag. That's number 10. On the restart I think we're going to get the inside on Dom. All sorts of leery behaviour there up ahead from the back marker, who I think is going to try and defend the position, and at the last minute breaks, just about leaves us enough space to go around the outside, and I think Dom's going to follow me through. A few laps later we're back amongst the back markers, and I thought actually he was going to leave the door open there, but he closed it at the last minute, so A little bit of contact from the undercut up ahead there. An even slower driver at number 9 there, holding us all up. Contact from behind. I think Dom probably wasn't expecting me to decelerate there. Number 27 washing wide. Probably going to get alongside here. And in fairness to him, he leaves me the space. You could argue a back marker should not have been fighting me anyway, but here we go. Synchronized parking for black flag number 11. And on the far right of your picture is Kitty Cat. Once again involved in the on-track incident. Maybe this cat has just about run out of life. Purposely there, not defending that particularly heavily, so we're able to squeeze through without issue. And we approach red flag number 12. A little bit quicker than Kitty Cat once again off the line as we get the restart. Not much time left now to make our move. We're approaching the end of this 50 lap race. Time to get a little bit more clinical. Back markers up ahead, once again costing Kitty Cat some time. And I sense an opportunity is brewing. The door opens on the inside. For some reason he hasn't gone for it. But he's gone for it now. I'm going to try and follow him through. The driver on the outside is aware. We haven't got great traction coming out there, have we? Mercifully though, Kitty Cat makes light contact with the barrier on the way through that corner, loses his momentum, tries to go around the outside of the back marker. He makes contact with him and allows us through on the inside. So we're up into first position now. Not long left, let's see if we can retain it. Just got to get through these back markers cleanly. The last thing we need is to get clattered into a wall. Now as we approach the line, that's P1. None of us did particularly good lap times in that race, but I think we can be excused given the nature of the traffic. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.